in our county, we get paid once a month. He had a chain that was wrapped around his neck. So I do get questions like, you don't pay rent, you live for free. And it was so sad. I truly believe it's not always 50-50 in a relationship. Hey everyone, welcome back for another budget with me video. For those of you that are new, I do like to do a zero-based budget. You will see how it works for me, but basically a zero-based budget just means that at the beginning of your budget, you allocate exactly where every dollar goes. So at the end down here, it'll say zero. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're left with nothing. It just means that we know exactly where all of our money went. So I like to do a zero-based budget. So I will bring you guys in closer and we will fill this out together. This is for the month of March 2023. So I do work as a substitute teacher. In our county, we get paid once a month, and it's usually for the first 2 weeks of the current month plus the last 2 weeks of the previous month is how they pay us in our county. So for income for March, I am budgeting $2,800. So teaching, $2,800. Also, I do like to work in whole numbers. So if it's money coming in, I'll round down. That way I have a little buffer in my account. But if it's money going out, I will round up just to be on the safe side, if that makes sense. So let's move over here to bills. So I do have my car loan, and that's $452. I have auto subscriptions, and instead of just listing all the auto subscriptions out, I'm just gonna put auto subs. And I will say that is usually around, it goes between $65 and $70 a month. So for here, I'm just gonna we're gonna plan for 68. I do pay for trash. So our trash service is $26 a month. I do pay for our family membership at our local YMCA. So that is $76. And then I do pay auto insurance for our 3 vehicles. Auto insurance, $284. Okay, so I do get a lot of questions like when I do my budget with me's. So I am in a relationship. I am not married. We keep my partner and I, we keep our finances for the most part completely separate. He makes a lot more money than me, so when it comes to shared bills, he pays majority. For example, he bought the house we live in, he pays the mortgage on that. So I do get questions like, you don't pay rent, you live for free. No, I do not live for free, but I do share our shared bills with my partner. So you will see like here, we have a family share. We have a family plan at the YMCA. He goes to the gym, but I pay for it here. Here, auto insurance, I pay to insure his vehicle as well as 2 of my vehicles. And then you will also see in my variable expenses, I do majority of the grocery shopping and the cooking. So my point in saying all of that is that we share our bills, and the way we split it up is just different than maybe other people split it up because he makes a lot more money than I do. So with that being said, it's not always gonna be 50-50 in a relationship. I truly believe it's not always 50-50 in a relationship. And if he had it his way, to be honest, he would just pay 100% everything, because that's just the type of person and partner and man he is. But I do want to also pull my weight in our relationship as well. So we agreed as a couple that we would split it where he makes much more money. He makes a lot more money than I do. But since I do want to still contribute and help with the bills around the house, then he said, okay, well, why don't you take this bill and why don't you take this bill and you do most of the grocery shopping so you can buy the groceries. And that's just how we do it in our household. So for bills, let me see the total for all of this. We're gonna plan for $906 for bills. Okay, so my $2,800 minus my bills, which is $906, leaves me with $1,894. And then let's move on to variable expenses. So I need fuel, about $40 a week, so $160. But that's a high estimate. Especially I noticed recently that some of the gas stations in our area, the gas prices are going down. It all depends. So that's a high estimate, but I'm gonna leave that there for now. So groceries, for this one, I'm gonna say $100 a week. So for the month, I'm just gonna put $400 for the month. Eating out, I'm gonna say 80. I'm gonna say 80. Now with this, so just if you watch my previous budget with me's, and I said my partner Jay, his name is Justin, and I normally refer to him as Just. So Jay or Just, whichever one that pops out of my mouth, that's Justin, that's my partner. So we live in a very small town. There is not very much options for eating out, but I do put this in my budget. Just normally pays, like if we go out to like the bigger, there's a bigger town like 30 minutes away from us, and we don't go there often. It's like maybe one weekend out of the whole month we'll go to that bigger town, and it's usually we have a purpose to be there. And when we're there, normally we'll eat out while we're there because there's just so much more options of restaurants there, and Just will be the one to pay when we eat out like that. Now this eating out in my budget is specifically, like I said, I do most of the grocery shopping, I do most of the cooking, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. Like, that's all there is to it. I just don't feel like cooking after a long day, and I rather just get something for the family. So this eating out in the budget is when I just need a break from cooking or just don't feel like it. I am buying food. If you hear those little tap tap tap, that's my baby Benji. He's traveling from the living room to here. He's on guard duty. He's always on guard duty. Okay, so eating out, I'm gonna put 80. Mila, which is my daughter, I am going to put $100 here for her. Spending, I'm gonna put 80. This is for me. Household, I'm gonna put 100. Pets, I'll do 40. And even with our pets, like if Just is out and the dog needs food, it's so weird to call him our dog. We say our little boy. We think he is a Corgi Jack Russell mix. He was a rescue that we found out in Texas. He was actually found in a storm drain in our neighborhood. Someone had rescued him, and he had a chain that was wrapped around his neck. And I guess when it was wrapped around his neck, he was a much smaller puppy. And then he grew, and the chain, his flesh just started growing around it, and it was so sad. So someone in our neighborhood rescued him, took him to the vet. They got the chain removed, and then they were looking for a forever home for him. And we ended up being that forever home. So, but we also have a Quaker parrot. That's my daughter's bird. That's, for the most part, it's, that's her pet. His name is Blue. Put it in my budget in case one of the pets needs something, and I need to go get it, or I'm out and I'm just gonna pick it up. I put that in my budget, but also Just shares that financial responsibility with me. He also will pick up things for the pet. And then other is just if I don't know, things just come up. So other, I'm gonna budget 50. So let's see where we are with that. This total is 1,010 for variable expenses. If I take my remaining 1,894, that's after my bills, subtract my variable expenses, so subtract 1,010, I have 800. That means I have 884 left to budget. Okay, so extra debt. Let's look at extra debt. So I do have my debt confession video up. I have my initial one from last year, and then I just posted, I think last month, I posted my debt confession update. Basically, I have two that I'm legally responsible for. My car, and I have a shared loan with Just. It's a home improvement loan because he did buy a fixer-upper. Oh, actually, I started my new series on this channel. It is showing you updates of our fixer-upper. What did I call it? Our 1964 fixer-upper or something like that. So you can go check that out. But I thought, you know what? This would be kind of interesting because we are trying to fix this house up on a budget. Even though we have this home improvement loan, we are doing a lot of work on our own. And when I say we, I mean Just and his dad. I do like little cosmetic things like painting and wallpaper, you know, just stuff like that. But Just and his dad have been doing so much work. And I feel like even though materials do cost a lot of money, I feel like you spend way more in labor. And Just and his dad have been doing so much of the labor around here. I know we're saving so much money by them doing a lot of the work. Okay, so sorry. So back to this. Extra debt. So I do have my car loan, and I am also on the home improvement loan with Just. We are just gonna continue paying the minimum payment on the home improvement. So I'm not gonna plan to put anything extra on this home improvement loan. But I would like to start putting something extra on my car loan. I feel like I'm being too ambitious. So my car loan, just the minimum is $452, and I'm like, oh, can I afford to put another $300? I don't know if I can, but I'm just gonna put it here. Okay, so minus the 300 would leave me with 584. Now, savings and sinking funds. I really need to get back into really planning for sinking funds. I did it last year. It went okay. For now, I am just going to put here, I do want to save for my Roth IRA, which I am so proud of myself, guys. I maxed out. So last year the max was what, 6,000. I maxed out my Roth IRA last year. I think this year though it is 6,500. Is that right? I have to check on that, but I want to put something into my Roth IRA. And I'm thinking I want to put 300. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then just in regular savings. Oh, so you guys know I work as a substitute teacher during the school year. Now, when summer hits, I don't have income. So I do put money and keep money in my regular savings so that during summer months I pull from that for my monthly budget. So for this month, I'm gonna put into my regular savings 284. So 3 plus 284 is 584. So 584 minus 584, that means here I have nothing left to allocate anywhere. That is a zero-based budget. So just to recap, this is just my plan, and then at the end of the month I will go over my actual numbers. But for my plan, my total income from substitute teaching, 2,800. My bills, 906. I wanted to put 300 towards extra debt, which is my car loan. My variable expenses, I am spending planning to spend $1,010. And my savings and sinking funds, I'm planning to spend 584. So if I take 2,800, subtract the 906, subtract the 300, subtract the 1,010, and subtract the 584, it leaves me with 0. So that is a zero-based budget. Okay guys, thank you so much for spending time with me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of these budget with me videos. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.